Okay, now the only thing I need to do is figure out if I'm getting any audio. Uh, hadn't really planned on coming on, but we had some discovery come up during the week, and I thought I'd share a little bit of it with you. Um, so I'm waiting to see if anybody shows up, and if you're around, welcome to the show. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And let me see. Let me just double check. Looks like we got five in here. Well, welcome to the five. Doo-doo-doo. Well, Truth Punisher confessing to stalking. Well, Truth Punisher, it looks like you've crossed that line. I think I'll start checking into your personal situation since you seem to like checking in my mind. Let's see, you operate a business and all that. And this is what I thought was going to happen, folks. Now, Truth Punisher here is supposed to be part of an organization called the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force. And the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force is supposed to be about saving children, reporting on children that have been the victims of pedophiles, sex traffickers, and so forth. And this foreign agent, who is not a citizen of the United States, comes down into my channel because she's jealous of it. Now, I don't understand this because Truth Punisher has all these channels over there. Now, are they losing audience? Or is there perhaps another reason for this attack on my live stream tonight? So, what I'm going to do is there is discovery in the Neely Blanchard case. And so, what we're going to do is we're going to go through this. And if we get interruptions by the folks over there on the other side, we'll get into that. So, I didn't know I gave you a wrench, Jolly. Well, appreciate that. And, well, I'm going to bring this up. Now, I'm supposed to be jealous of Timmy's show. But the reason I have an issue with them is because of the statement here. She is declaring that I am Whitey Boulder. Now, she's offered no proof of this. There's no DNA, there's no files, there's nothing. There's just this goofy Canadian who gives these strange things. I guess they call them vampire workovers or something, just in time for Halloween. But she decided to come in here and troll this 9-person show. Now, they're supposed to have um, this big audience over there, thousands of people. They're supposed to have like an inside connection to former President Trump, and all these important people. Yet they come in here and they troll this show. Well, why is that? Well, we're going to get into that as we go on. But, this is how deep they look into my background. Yeah, I've been in a short sale. I've talked about this in the past. Um, I don't know if this individual was hiding under a rock or something, but we had in the United States a real estate crash. Millions upon millions of people went through what they call a short sale. And what a short sale does is eliminates having a foreclosure on your record. Now, Randy's a real estate broker. She should know all about short sales. Um, but Randy did the one thing that I've never done. She filed bankruptcy, and she filed bankruptcy to screw a contractor. But enough of that. Let's get back to Neely Blanchard, and looks like this is going to be the extent of the trolling tonight. Who knows what's going to happen? But anyway, we're going to get into something of relevance here, and that is a latest discovery from the Marion County Court. And this is basically a lot of background paperwork. This is the getting into how they conducted the investigation and filed the various paperwork. There is the warrant right there. Everybody said there was no warrant, but there's a warrant, and the warrant was issued on the 20th of November, 2020. So, they tried to say there was no warrant. Well, there it is right there. November 20th, 2020 at 3:20 p.m. Murder, dangerous, depraved, without premeditation. This is a probable cause affidavit, which is before any arrest warrant. And she was detained in Valdosta, Georgia. All the formalities out of the way. This is something that's quite routine. But we go through all of this. Looks like this is going to be a low numbers night, but that's okay. And what I'm doing is I'm going through and running these documents through, and you people are welcome to, when you see the archive on YouTube, you can go ahead and um, pause at various points to see what all this is. And she was admitted on January 21st on no bond, even though she was already in jail. The grand jury indicted her on 19th of November. This is all probable cause affidavits. It means there's enough evidence to hold her over for trial. Now, the one thing that the whole South crowd gets wrong is that um, Nellie Blanchard is not guilty of the charges. But what should be understood was that a plea was entered as not guilty by reason of temporary insanity. And by that, it means that she did, in fact, shoot and murder Chris Hallett. but she is saying that she was not sane at the time. She was temporarily insane. So, in no way, shape, or form is she stating that she did not shoot Chris Hallett. This has been admitted to in the court filings that have been happening. They are going to use a plea of temporary insanity. And even if she were to be found not guilty and not serve any time in the state of Florida, she would be remanded to Kentucky to stand trial up there on kidnapping charges. And that would mean she would be incarcerated for the duration of that trial because there is no bond for kidnapping and so forth. Okay, now there's been a lot of weird stuff going on with Neely. On the 7th of March, 2021, it turns out that Neely Blanchard took another inmate's phone and was using it. This is a violation. High Tennessee. Uh, this is a blatant violation of the rules. The woman had no business, this and that. Amanda had no business allowing Neely to use the phone. They are told this in the handbook that they give out. You do not let people use your phone, and you, as an inmate, do not use other people's phones. So she was disciplined for this, and we'll get into this as we get in. And we have a bench warrant that was issued on December 2020. Again, these various warrants, yeah, cats meow, they can have phones, but they're very, um, I don't think she was allowed to use the cell phone. Usually you call collect to whoever it is that's on your list. They accept the charges and you call. The modern day system they have for inmates communicating with people that are on their list that's approved by the state is um, to where they allow the use of cell phones or the telephone that's located in the pod. Now, the mother has been complaining to the sheriff's office about drugs being given to Neely. Um, Not sure if this is a um, something that Neely allowed or that Neely was given these drugs unknowingly. But there was an investigation into it. And some of this is DNA samplings and so forth. And this is just more of this paperwork that had been going through the system since she was arrested. And she keeps asking for daily bread. Now, I don't know what religion Neely practices. I'm not an expert in religion, so I don't understand the daily bread. I didn't know there was a religion that did that. And in this complaint, she wanted decent earbuds. Apparently, you can have audio devices in your pod as long as you have earphones so people aren't listening to your stuff. And more daily bread requests. And in this, she's complaining about shoes. Apparently, she is wearing out her shoes. So, security will probably issue her new shoes. These are kind of a slipper, they kind of look like slippers and stuff like that. And I guess Nellie Blanchard believes in COVID. Instead of calling it a hoax like has been done in the past. And deodorant request, more of this daily bread. Shower shoes, add dial for germs. Can you please add coffee, sugar, and some creamer back on canteen? I know coffee help bowel movements. That's different. Need to speak to you about going on the kosher diet. That's interesting. I didn't know. That's usually Jewish. Kosher food is something that's practiced by the Jewish. Yeah, there's uh, cats. I'm not quite up on the cell phone. I haven't gone through the inmate handbook yet. My mother and my husband, on two separate occasions, drove over 60 miles to come visit here on site at the jail. My mother drove here from Kentucky, and my husband drove here from Pensacola. They were both denied the same day. They were both having to drive back here another day, and it is a major inconvenience. Please turn on my remote visitation. So apparently, she's having trouble in that department. And so her remote visiting has been restored. They sometimes will take away her remote visits if part of a disciplinary action. And this is getting into registering the lawyer's private number on my phone. The number is, so now everybody knows the lawyer's number. Um, Not sure why. This is part of Florida that nothing is private. And the attorney has to contact security in order to get the number listed as private. And again, she's having problem with her remote visit situation. And now we know that she wears Hanes panties. I remember back in the Casey Anthony days, they were putting all kind. You knew what kind of uh, sanitary napkins she used, and all kinds of personal stuff were in these canteen requests. Have not received my e-messages. Not sure what that is. Daily bread request again. She's the state attorney has turned off a lot of stuff. Not sure as to why. She wanted to assign power of attorney to her husband. And another thing I hate about this is that redaction screen comes up, it jams the whole thing. And when this first happened, I thought there was something wrong with the file, but it's just for some reason the redacted page knocks out the auto scroll. And she was moved because she's a violent felon. Request for special accommodation. Requesting shoes again. She wears out shoes. Must be cheap shoes. And she apparently, for $5 a month, can get a tablet. With modern prisons. Apparently, they've decided to remove all the tablets. Wants reading materials. Not a lot to do in prison, so you might as well have something. Uh, okay, what the situation is with the trial date now, um, John, is that it has been pushed into 2024. Jury selection is supposed to start on the 29th of February or something like that. I didn't think we had it's an even year, so we're going to have but the last week in February is when we're going to have jury selection. Uh, did Timmy die? Uh, Unfortunately, no. As far as I know, he's among the living. Um, well, I'll believe it when I see the obituary, but unfortunately, I think he's among the living. Um, I bought a game called Bingo Mama on January 1st, 2024 for $6.20. Well, apparently she got screwed out of her bingo game. Amazing. There is a fake Merriam Webster dictionary in the canteen. The canteen dictionary is misleading. It's called Webster. Well, Neely apparently doesn't know that Webster's dictionary has always been called Webster's dictionary. Merriam Webster is the company that publishes the dictionary. Kind of weird that she'd be that nitpicky about a dictionary. Soft shoes again. Um, can I please clip my fingernails and toenails? God, you gotta. I guess she needs to get permission to use the clipper. Still going on about this adding. Let's say what it to the private calling list on my phone. Daily bread again. We have a monitor that is not working. The phone on it I think I don't know exactly what that is, but it doesn't work. Cut my toenails. Has this constant need to trim herself. Okay, now this is where we get into a situation. She complained that she's being bullied by a roommate. Um, and they moved the inmate. So apparently she's been having trouble with the fellow bunkmate. And now we have Crystal Jewel, who is some kind of a counselor. I'm not sure what the situation is with that. Daily Bread again. And something keeps cutting off. I guess that's one of these video things for calls or what have you. It has to do with visitation. Uh, Now we know what size underwear she wears. Fun Learning Seeds Parenting Class. Been added to the waiting list. She wants Pop Tarts. Yum yum. Oh, hi, Levi. Um, Welcome. Could you please sign me up for the anger management class? A little bit late for that, but she's been added to the waiting list for that. She's on the waiting list for a lot of stuff. Can you please sign me up for my CRED? Added to the waiting list. More Daily Bread. Please add me to the Smart Recovery Group class. Another waiting list. Hi, Amber. Can you please sign me up for the Celebrate Recovery on the Inside with Chaplain that is held Monday? You've been added to the waiting list. A lot of waiting. What are you doing in there? The kittens are being rambunctious today. Oh, come on. Ow. Look. Amber wants my attention, so I thought I'd. She's not on camera, but I brought her up to be in my lap. Another waiting list. Where can we have food donated from Publix? Can you please give me their contact information? We need more healthy food options. And the dietitian is in control of the food. No, 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 Amber, you gotta go. You sit right here next to me. Because you're making the kittens want to get up here. And they got sharp claws. Okay. Pair of size 7 panties. Gotta have them panties. More panties. A lot of these are like multiple copies. But this is how personal you can get with public information from Florida. Hi, Laurie. Welcome to the fray. Pop Tarts. Things will burn your mouth. Do you have any books that you can send from Philadelphia Church of God? Do not have any. So lost out on that one. I would like to do a college Bible correspondence. Unable. Postcards only. More daily bread. Fix the monitor for visitation. Not working. Law library is not working. Ticket has been opened with Securitas. Hey, could I have a current Jewish calendar? I am studying the Bible and I would like to look at some dates. Thank you. No Jewish calendars. Tashiri starts at sundown on September 15th, 2023. And this is more forms. Have a 30-day lockdown. This is because she's apparently been a nutty girl. We'll go into lockdown for 30 days. This was July 25th, 2023. The Jane Doe lies, Mert. Oh, really? Now, see, this is someone that, this again is someone that does not care about abused children. So she comes in here, created a whole new name, once again with the delusion that I am Whitey Bulger, and you can't argue with stupid. Um, there are some extremely stupid people over in Timmy Land. Synopsis of reason for lockdown. Duplication, and here we go. This is going to freeze up again. So let me go up. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay. And this apparently has to do with a case in Kentucky. Commonwealth. This is an arrest warrant for Neely Blanchard out of Logan County, Kentucky. And the charges are kidnapping of a minor, custodial interference. And she was indicted by a grand jury on July 15th or July 17th, 2020. And it was in November of 2020 that Chris Hallett was executed. And she had a $75,000 cash bond, which was revoked. So, don't know how long she was. Now we're back to Marion County again. Can you please put bath towels and hair gel on the canteen? And going over to Lowndes County. This is Georgia. She waived extradition and she was picked up at the Prison Farm Road Valdosta complex. And this is the waiver of extradition that she signed on the 17th of November 2020. And this explains why she was arrested. She was arrested because um, she was a fugitive from justice, and she has the right to demand and procure a lawyer. You have the right to test the legality of your detention by filing a writ in the Superior Court, and so on and so on. It's kind of sort of the Miranda, but it's not. It's something a little bit different. Definitely said she was depraved. £245. Huh. This is another deposition on the witness statements the night of the murder and shortly thereafter. Now, this is the trip form that they use when they transport somebody from Georgia to Ocala. And why they flip this thing upside down, but that's what they did. This is all sideways. Okay, this is Neely Blanchard refused her lunch tray. Now, don't know why she didn't want her lunch tray, but well, thanks for stopping in, John. Fireman John. 4 o'clock in the morning. Ugh. And we had, let's see, looks like she got into a fight with Camille, Lester, and Neely were going at it. So we had a cow fight. Meow, meow. Removed Blanchard from 105 and rehoused her in 101. And she refused her tray. A regular Karen here. 721, Della heard loud banging from Bravo section. Nearly Blanchard on the floor naked while advising Pate to get dressed. She stated, "I'm giving birth. They're trying to sacrifice me." Once Blanchard got dressed, I advised her to step into the Rovers area. Blanchard began to make weird statements, yada, yada, yada. Placed on suicide precaution. So Neely's going batshit prison. 720. Neely gets into a fight. Threatened them with pepper spray. Blanchard hit Bushnog again. Told her to stop it or she'll get pepper sprayed. Oh, she did get sprayed. Oh, that felt good. She was cuffed and escorted her to the shower to get decamated. And Neely was found guilty of 3 counts. And she got 30 days of lockdown. Nice woman. John, somehow it got removed, and I haven't been able to figure out how to give it back to her. That's something I've got to look into. I don't know where I go to give it back. Um, that was something that I don't know what I did to do that, but that's what happened. July 19th, 6 something in the morning. She refused to comply with a head count order. Neely likes to be naked. And guilty, guilty, guilty. 30 days of lockdown. I think this is all the same incident being reported by each officer. It's usually what they do in these cases. Gotta pay attention to. June 13th, 2023. Yelling from Bravo. A nice bunch of people in that jail. And Kirby got hit with 30, 15 days of lockdown, 15 days of probation. And April 12th, 2022, contraband. Tattoos. How the hell? Yeah, nearly squealed on an inmate. That's not a smart thing to do. Oh boy. What do we got? April 12th. This is another report on the tattoo affair. January, February, March 2022. Needs to report PREA. Informed me that Rhonda Smith had grabbed her vagina and breast as well as sexually harassing inmate Megan Bateman. So we got a little touchy-feely going on there in prison. And somebody touched her butt. Looks like she may have fibbed a little bit on this one. Hmm. Inmate Petrie Blanchard has been known to cut in line and use the phones when it is not her turn. Yeah, this is a fairly modern jail up there. I'm a little bit surprised. It's a big one, though. But this, she does have a temper. That's what caused the situation with Chris Hallett. And this is the report about illegal use of a phone. Duplicate report, apparently. February 25th, 2021. Misconduct of privileged legal visitation. Detective. She's communicating with the media. Now, can we take a guess here as to who the media person might be? Could it be someone by the name of Timothy or maybe Alexandra Kay? But somebody from the media has been talking to Neely during a time that is supposed to be for the lawyer and nothing else. So as a result, her phone call privileges have been suspended, as well as home video privileges. So this might answer a few questions about what's been getting into discovery. Now, I'm thinking more along the lines of Timmy Tim Tim, or possibly it just, I have not been able to figure out who this media source is. Another incident here. Somebody's being a bigot. Get? Ah, well, shoot. I got a visitor. And let me do this temporarily and see if this works. Here's one of the kittens. He decided to come up for a visit. And believe it or not, Cheryl named this sucker Kevin. See the resemblance? Gotta love it. Well, back to the program. All right. So we have all these people involved in this incident. Well, guilty of battery. November 30th, 2020, refused the breakfast trays. I think this is a duplicate. On September 18th, 2023, conduct which disrupts or interferes with the security, interfering with the taking of count, disobeying an order. So, and she was guilty on 4 counts. "30 days of lockdown." Another copy of it, apparently. Yeah, that's a trip. I got a cat named after me. And this sucker's got very sharp claws. Oof. And this is the vagina incident. And this is a letter sent to her from a church. This is Valentine's card from one of the kids, or both of them, possibly. And letter from mother. Another letter from mother. Kids drawing. Yeah, the kids wind up being victims in all this in one way or another. Some reason she wanted to write letters to truck drivers. Chris Johnson is Trent and Malik were framed by uh what is this with people defending pedophiles and sex offenders? I mean, this is kind of opposite the mission of the PPTF. It seems that every alleged pedophile out there is being protected by the PPTF. That's rather strange, don't you think? And Trent and Malik pled guilty, but I guess you forgot about that. And they basically got a slap on the wrist. So, but can't argue with stupid. Ooh, cat has sharp claws. Klein Novak. Inverness, that's close. Hmm. Heather Claus. Funny how people try to cram as much as they can into a postcard. Unknown sender. Ooh, one of the kids. Okay, that's it on Discovery. Now we're going to go to another subject of this. Um, and that is um, see, media files. Now, I thought this is rather interesting. This was put over on um, the Timmy Worship website run by the woman that allegedly um, had hanky panky on the phone. But the basics here is that they are going to raise money for Neely and they are going to put it on the commissary. Now, I'm not going to explain something here because these people have walked straight into a trap of their own making. Because unless they can document that the funds go to the canteen and not into their pockets, we might have a problem. Because there is a way for Neely Blanchard to get um, funds without doing this GoFundMe. I would say $0, but they have raised $150 with this Mark Kenny claiming to have given $100. Now, I have ways of confirming whether or not Neely gets a dime of this money, so we'll see what happens. But once again, we're getting into a situation where we get um, people starting GoFundMe's for any number of reasons. You know, we got the thing with um, Timmy having 5 different uh, eBay sites. So, you know, what can you do? Well, oops, trying to figure something out here. But, I find it hard to believe that they need. Okay, infiltrated is denying being on my channel. Well, I wonder who is using her name and can she prove that she was not on my channel? But somebody using that name was on my channel. Could it be Astro? Who could it be? Who knows? But it doesn't matter. It's just a troll who proves that the PPTF is not for doing anything to help children. They're out to make money and go around trolling other people and coming up with this whitey bulger nonsense, which I think is kind of amusing. It shows how stupid these people are because it would cost the government hundreds of millions of dollars if they wanted to create a completely new identity and persuade hundreds of people to lie and say that they're Murtaughs, they're related to William K. Murtaugh, they hired William K. Murtaugh, they were a professor and had William K. Murtaugh in their class, all this stuff. Um, but you can't argue with stupid. These people are incredibly stupid. They spend all this time trying to make me out to be Whitey Bulger, which is, I think it's the dumbest thing that ever came along. I think somebody was on some kind of powerful drug, heroin or something, to come up with that bright idea. But anyway, that's what's going on. I want to double check something because I noticed something interesting in Marion County. Well, yeah, but they're saying, they came out, John, with one of their dumb articles that said that the FBI actually murdered someone, to claim that he was Whitey Bulger so that I could continue to do things for the FBI, which again is incredibly stupid. Uh, but these are the same idiots that believed for a long time that JFK Jr. was alive and all sorts of dumb things. Because that's, you know, they just come out with this stuff off the top of their head. Now they're accusing Lynn Wood of extortion and blackmail of the former president. And Jesse Nutzelbar says that Lyndon, there was ritual ground underneath the LBJ library. Now, why did they decide to pick on LBJ all of a sudden? Um, yeah, it's just the same weird dipshit nuttiness that comes out. Delphi murders, Trump CERN, Shriners, Applium, Madonna. Man, they got some. Damn. Roseanne looks like she came down off a cocaine high, or she is on a cocaine high. That woman has gone downhill. But man, some of the weirdness is coming out of these guys. Yeah, I get a kick out of it. But, let me get back on here and check this out. Where's my clock? Okay, I'm running over. I hadn't intended to be on. I'm going to do this one last thing because there's something interesting. Marion County, Eucharist. We have the rumor that Timmy Holmes has decided. Unfortunately, I don't think that's true. World wouldn't be that good to us. Of course, the only thing about that is it would make him a martyr, and we don't want that. But, he's around for our entertainment. We get our giggles off watching his exploits and that of his three ring circus. The old circus circle jerk. Notice to intent. Let's see what we got here. This document serves notice to the above listed defendant that the state of Florida intends to introduce the documents described below in the business record certification into evidence at a hearing or trial of this matter pursuant to blah blah blah. The documents information from Marion County Sheriff's Office inmate records for Neely Petrie Blanchard. Okay. And we have on the 19th of October, have DCF special conditions. So I got to call and see what this is. It's basically Mert supports rampage of ex-bar maiden, jealous and hatred of the football team. So Whitey Punisher is a rape apologist. Uh, the teenage underage child uh, filed a complaint. Her parents made her file the complaint. Now, Whitey Punisher is a rape apologist. Whitey Punisher supports the rape of teenage girls by hormone crazy football players. So, there you are. The evidence is in court. The trial was televised, open televised. Everybody saw it. They saw what the teenagers said that were charged, the men who were charged with the rape of this child. But Whitey Punisher has come out in support of rape. There you are. The truth about Timmy Holmseth and his cult is there for all to see. They have confessed that the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force is for the defense of pedophiles. The Gemini murders is a trial of an alleged pedophile. They are defending the alleged pedophile. And they have gone so far as to directly interfere with the case. Where do you think this Odin thing came from? The crazy Canadian boasted on Telegram that she had called the tip line and that she had also filed paperwork with the court. Now, what do you think was in there? Look at the nefarious activities stuff that was filed in Marion County. It's the same stuff. So, for whatever reason, the defense attorneys decided to run with it. And now they had to leave the case. And this is going to make the situation for the defendant in that case, Mr. Allen. Number one, the trial is going to be delayed now, possibly as long as a year, while they straighten all this nonsense out. They've got new legal counsel in there because the lawyers were so embarrassed that they withdrew from the case. And so they got to get new lawyers. The new lawyers have got to go through all the discovery, all because allegedly some idiot from Canada decided to make herself important and interfere directly in this trial, in this case. This thing was supposed to go into trial next month. I would have been in Ocala covering it. But because, or no, this is different trial, sorry. But, the trial of Richard Allen would have been underway by now. We may have had a conclusion by now. But no, because of the direct interference of the PPTF and this nutty Canadian, uh, the lawyers had to quit because they were humiliated. And new lawyers, when they're appointed, have to go through everything from scratch, including looking at this idiot stuff that was called into the hotline and called into the uh, sent into the state attorney in Indiana. So there you have it, folks. So there's, and the funny thing about this, if Mr. Allen, by some amazing fact, is innocent of the charges, he's going to have to spend another year in jail while they straighten this mess out. Because now they got to investigate all this. They're trying to figure out who leaked the photographs and how this got sent over social media. And they're still trying to figure out this Odeon mess. And so this is all got to be done over again. We're looking at possibly a year that Richard Allen's going to have to spend time in jail because these freaks decided that they wanted to raise money off the Delphi case for their war correspondent. Actually, I think they ought to call him a whore correspondent. I'll be damned, she deleted her account. I've been having this troll over here feeding me information, and she just deleted her account. Weird. Oh, now it's back again. We have Mert Hater. What she did is she did it. Now let's see what. Well, that went away. Oh, here it is. Yep, same pictures. Yeah, we have this troll who puts up the same pictures using these fake accounts over on Telegram as if she thinks I'm going to do anything with these pictures. I don't care. She can make as many names as she wants and she can say anything she wants, but I'm not going to follow her wishes. The woman has a serious mental defect. It's the only way you can describe it. This has been going on for 14 years with the same individual. And she doesn't think I know who she is, but she doesn't understand computers and computer science, or she would have understood that there's an easy way to find out who this person is. And I already know. But so as I close, I will look into this new discovery. I will call the state attorney's office Monday, find out if the stuff is available to the public. And then if it is, I will request it, throw another $100 at them and get this stuff. And we'll go from there. But I appreciate everybody coming in and putting up with my commentary on this. I have a few loyal friends in here anyway. Oh, yes, there's something I wanted to. I got to see if I can find this. There's an interesting article that was written, and this was something I was going to put this up on an earlier show. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna go through the archives here and see if this is. But there's a guy. There's a guy called Patriot Grift, and you folks should uh, look him up. This is what he's written so far, and he also um, see if I can. He is also accusing Jesse of being a pedophile. Direct accusation. So what are you gonna do about that, Jesse? Huh? You gonna sue the guy? Love to see that. So one of Timmy's ardent companions is a pedophile, according to this Patriot person. Now, this has been out for a while, and nobody's denied it. So it must be true because they're not denying it. They probably have to now that I mention it on here, but that is the opinion of this Patriot person. I just put it up there for people to see. And let's see what's going on over here. There's more pictures. Now, you would think that this individual will come up with something original, but this is the 30th username this person's had, and she puts up the same damn pictures. What does she think she's going to accomplish by putting the same pictures up, which she eventually deletes, starts another account, comes in pretending to be a friend when she's actually just playing games? Yeah, Mert Hater, I've seen this before. You do this time and time and time and time again. Go get help. See a shrink. Go get yourself Baker acted. Clean yourself up. Quit sniffing somebody's underwear. I mean, that is positively the stupidest thing I've ever seen. That someone spends 13, 14, 15 years obsessing about somebody in their underwear. A woman's crazy. You know, this woman doesn't seem to understand that people wear different styles of underwear. They wear briefs, they wear boxers. Women wear thong underwear, which I've never been able to figure that one out, but it works. But what is this thing with underwear? I mean, unless the guy likes to walk down Main Street in his underwear, you're not even going to know what kind of underwear he wears, except for he got some stalker at this party or whatever it was that decided to take pictures of him in his underwear. That's sick. But, you know, what are you going to do? Yeah, this is the kind of people that Timmy attracts. He attracts a woman that goes around posting pictures of a guy's underwear, a guy in his underwear. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Michael Jordan thing, boxers or briefs. And Mert, yes, I am, because that's considered sextortion under certain laws. Uh, it goes around taking pictures of a guy sleeping on a couch in his underwear. You really don't know who that is because there's never, in any of the photographs that this hater has shown, there's no face. Doesn't show who it is. It's just somebody face down on a couch sleeping in his underwear and a t-shirt and a picture of a pair of underpants but no face. It's all hidden. That's how chicken shit this person is. And put up her previous account. Uh, Talk about my short sale. Everybody's obsessed with the short sale. Does anybody know? I don't know why this is a big deal. There's statistically, let me do this because she seems to think that I'm uh, concerned about the short sale business. This comes up every once in a while from these people. I'm gonna do something here. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, this comes from this website. Everything you want to know about short sales. And I'm going to read to you what a short sale is. Okay. A short sale in real estate is an offer of property at an asking price that is less than the amount due on the current owner's mortgage. A short sale is usually a sign of a financially distressed homeowner who needs to sell the property before the lender seizes it in foreclosure. Now, the thing of it is my lender came to me with this offer. They gave me a period of time to put the house up for sale, to sell it through the short sale process. I would be paid moving expenses, and be allowed to stay in the house until the closing occurred. And what this does is you do not have a foreclosure on your record. You do not have to file bankruptcy. It wipes the slate clean and it does not damage your credit. Now, we had a housing crisis back around the time that my wife died. It was kind of a collective disaster. My wife died, my business collapsed, and because we were a joint income household, I lost my wife's income and I couldn't afford a house anymore. And because my business went down, the only thing I had was a truck driving job at the time, which didn't pay the mortgage on the house. So the bank notified me that they were going to allow me to do a short sale. And that's what happened. And this individual seems to want to throw this in my face. Oh, Mert went through a short sale. Well, guess what? Randy went through a bankruptcy. She screwed a contractor out of $100,000 because she didn't want to pay him. So she filed bankruptcy. So Mert Hater, why don't you talk about Randy and her bankruptcy? That doesn't seem to bother you very much. You know, that's the thing. She sits there and says she enjoys watching everybody go through short sales, but she has no comprehension of what it is. Short sales was the fault of the bank. This was the largest real estate collapse in the history of the United States. Millions and millions of people lost their homes because of predatory lending on the part of the banks and chicanery that was put in place by the largest mortgage lender in the United States at the time. People need to start looking into things before they sit there and decide they want to be asshole of the month. This person is mad at me because I won't go after Levi Page. This person is mad at me because I won't go after Kim Picasio. And the reason is I don't have any reason to go after either one of these two. They haven't done anything wrong. But they have assholes like this that go around trolling people, have no idea who this person is. They're too much of a scaredy cat to put their name out there so we can see what's in their closet. As I guarantee you, if Mert Hater were to tell us who it really is, we might find some dirt on her that would be just as bad as any short sale. And she's just too much of a coward. She sits there with her secret game and does all this in hiding. Do you two bind over wholesales, short sales? What kind of a stupid question is that? A short sale is a type of real estate transaction. People go through it because of circumstances beyond their control. This gives them a way out, just like bankruptcy does. Yep, she deleted the account. Well, kind of figures in. Well, she's back. Did I laugh when Quinn went through her short sale? No, because I went through it. I know what happens. And, you know, people go through it all the time. But I did not go through a bankruptcy, which is a little bit different. Because a bankruptcy gives you the ability to screw your creditors. Randy was too cheap to pay for a garage she had put up. So she filed bankruptcy to get out of paying for it. Real nice of her. What'd you do say to her when she went through her short sale? I said, well, I went through the same thing. You know, just like 13 million people did in the United States in the decade after the big real estate crash, thanks to our friendly neighborhood Republicans who came up with the variable, this stupid way of getting people that can't afford it into a house. The variable rate mortgage was the biggest disaster that has ever seen the real estate market. It ruined the lives of millions of people, especially those who could not um, afford the short sale. There are people out there that were so deeply in debt that a short sale was not an option. That they had to file bankruptcy or go into foreclosure. A short sale prevents foreclosure. And it was brought about because of stupid practices by the banks with these variable rate mortgages. You get into a house, your variable rate might have been 4%, but at the peak of the real estate debacle, there were mortgage rates that were double digits. They were 14, 15, 16%. I did not go for a variable rate mortgage. I was not going to get involved in that. I had your standard run of the mill mortgage, set interest rate, 30-year mortgage, zing. Everything was going honky dory until trolls decided they wanted to trash my dealership. And they did this in a year when the bottom fell out of the economy, mainly due to greedy banks and these shady mortgage practices. And there are millions and millions and millions of people that suffered under this debacle. Everybody from working class people right on up to wealthy people got sucked up in this cycle of variable rate mortgages, flipping houses, all kinds of things that people got caught up in the real estate market in that year. And guess what? It's going to happen again. Prices of houses are going up. Interest rates are going up. People are speculating. They go out and buy these houses and then they rent them. People can't afford the rent. They can't afford the mortgage. You got people living in RVs, um, living in the street. And it's all going to come to a head. And we're going to see another collapse in the real estate market, probably in 2025. That's when I think the cycle's going to hit. Sometime in the spring of 2025, the bottom's going to fall out of everything again because of this nonsensical speculation that goes on um, in in the real estate business. But how the hell we get on that? Murd hater, you are nuts. Now she wants to know where Levi Page works. Yeah, so you can destroy his, so you can attack his way of making a living. You want him unemployed. That's the kind of people we have here. They say, yeah, let's go get the guy fired. Let's go get the guy lose his business. This is, very Christian people we got out there. No, 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 no. Now this dipshit says that we got Timmy fired from Domino's. No, Timmy got Timmy fired from Domino's. He blew up his car. He had this old Ford that Randy paid to put a new transmission in it, and he turned around and blew it up again. And then he decided he wanted to be this big shot war correspondent and went on the road. He quit. I talked to the people at Domino's. He quit. He quit without notice. One day he never showed back up to work again. So nobody got Tim fired. Timmy got himself fired. You know, he sued the National Weather Bureau for crying out loud because he wouldn't take a bath. Wouldn't shut up. You know, people wanted to do a job and he's sitting there talking about these wild theories and they told him to shut up and he wouldn't shut up. And he couldn't get security clearance because he has two felonies on his record. You know, Mert Hater doesn't talk about that. Now, why the hell did he get a trespass warrant? Yeah. Grand theft and a trespass warrant. And the same? Uh, Actually, no. You know, they were glad Timmy left. And he didn't work for Domino's. He was what they call a contract driver, 1099. He was a pizza delivery driver. He got paid by the delivery. There's no W 2. You filed a 1099 and all that. You know, the thing with people like Mert Hater is they don't do their homework. You know, they worship this guy, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know why this person cares so much. It's really well. See you later, firemen. I probably are already gone, but you know, I get on these rants. Don't pay attention to anything. But yeah, it's funny. You know, this chameleon, this person changes their name. Why explain that flawed thought? It is not. Oh boy. Now back on the underwear again. All right, I'm going to call it a night because this thing with Mert Hater, the latest incarnation of this idiot, uh, and if I get anything else down the road, I'll chime in with what's going on. But unfortunately, it would appear that Timmy's alive. Oh well, it's the way it goes. Anyway, thank you for coming in, the few of you that survived this ordeal. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and share. And sometime down the road, me and my 10 friends will be in here to do this all over again. Until then, have a good one. And oh, Faithful's coming. Won't be too long, but Faithful will be here. It's taken me a long time to get things organized. I had to take care of the sugar beet situation. And we're at the end of October, so this is going to be the conclusion of the sugar beet situation. And so we'll be getting on to something else. So until then, have a good one. Good night. Farewell. All that stuff. Bye.